Alright, what's going on YouTube? I hope you're all having a fantastic shiny day. Today is an amazing day for amazing video. Basically, today I want to talk about Jaws, Dead by Daylight, a bunch of other different things that I watched in a video from DeadMeat Presents. And the people behind that are, okay. Sorry, hang on. I'm getting there. I had all my stuff off to the side. We should be good. All right, right here. So, the video that I watched, which basically talks about multitude different things of Dead by Daylight, is an interview between Zoran Gvojic, Mathieu, Cote, and Jason Guzzo. And what they talk about is Springtrap, Five Nights at Freddy coming to Dead by Daylight, but they also go into depth in a little bit more different aspects. They talk about Jason, they talk about It, they talk about Stephen King, they talk about Jaws. Now, I'm personally not going to get into that right now. You'll have to watch this video. I will say it's kind of a just chatting video, so if you want to skip to the specific part where I get into my passion in depth on talking about Jaws, click or skip to this time frame, wherever it's right over here. So go ahead and click that, or not click it, but skip to that time point because there is kind of a lot of rambling. I'm going to just submit this video. It's going to be completely unedited besides me adding this part in. So it's going to be willy-nilly wild, so you might need to skip throughout. If you enjoy it, awesome. If you don't, that's okay. This is completely my opinion, and I just thought I wanted to share this. Dead by Daylight is awesome. I absolutely love Dead by Daylight. I absolutely love Jaws, and I absolutely would love to see Jaws come into Dead by Daylight. It's a dream chapter. I talk about that in the video, so I won't get into that much more. Of course, I want to give a huge shout out to ThatflyguyKaii, who makes the concept that everybody has been raving about, everybody's been talking about. So I will include a link to the video. I'm going to show some snippets right here in the of some of the concept that was created by ThatflyguyKaii. Super awesome. I'm super stoked. I really would love to see this in Dead by Daylight. So behavior, if you're listening in, Jason Guzzo and Mathieu Cote, if you're here listening this or watching this somehow, some shape or form, it might be time. But everybody, I hope you, well, I should say YouTube, I hope you enjoy this video. If you, once again, you don't, that's okay. I totally understand. This is going to be a messy video, but it's me. That's who I am. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, or night, depending on where you're at in this crazy little world. Most importantly, YouTube, take care, stay shiny, peace out. Chad, I hope you're all having a fantastic shiny day. Jamel, I will not take that Dead by Daylight slander by any means. You take that back. Good to see you all. Hope we're all having a fantastic shiny day. Today is Sunday, SWF Sunday. It's going to be awesome because I get to hang out with all of you and play SWF. It is going to be a blast. I'm super stoked. We got Jammy, we got Tom, we got Chat. Hello, good to see you all. Jamel says, Goldie, good to see you. How are you doing, Jammy? Jammy with the joining the queue already, and don't tell me what to do. I already did. I just did. Twice now. Welcome to this Jammy Dumpy. Tulsa throwing it back and back at it. Oh boy, can't wait for more glitch galore or bugs galore. Bugtastic, all that good stuff. Honk, good to see you. How are you doing? Honk, that's an adorable face you got there. Wait, I got you. Here. You got an uwu. I got you with an uwu back. Wait 1 second. Where is it? There we go. Got you. Jamel says you got a haircut. I did get a haircut. I got a haircut Friday. So I got my haircut Friday when I didn't stream, and I essentially did some stuff and all that goodness. So yes. What is that one? Why is that so sad? Wait, I gotta. Wait, where's another sad one? Right here. There you go, honk. We can do this all day. This sad. Oh. What's up, TDM? How are you doing today? Hope you're having a shiny day. Honk, I will say your emotes are amazing as well. Whatever you mean, homie. Let's see. Javel says it's like all around me are familiar faces. Dick says, no, you! Back at you. Fresh cut. I did get a fresh cut. I did get my hair cut. I think I'm gonna change up my style next time. I'm gonna go shorter on the sides. I think this is a 3 on the side or 2 on the sides. I'm gonna go down to a 1, so it's a little bit more of like a kind of a blend fade to the top. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes next time. Calypso, good to see you. You kind of snuck right past. How are you doing, Calypso? Hope you're having a shiny day. Calypso says, looks nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Honk says, did you ever VC with Swift? No, I do not, Honk. I don't VC with Swift just because it's just for the safety of everybody and whatnot. And there could be a lot of complications that come up or arise when it comes to voice chatting with other people. So that will never happen, unfortunately, Honk. Tall with a 365 stream streak. Tall has been watching for a whole year. Unless you're talking about leap year, but we won't go into that. That's a year's worth of streaming nonstop. Sorry, year's worth of nonstop watching streams go live. That is absolutely fucking insane. What's that? 1 year uninterrupted gold? No one thought it was possible, but here I am. Amazing. Tall, I will have to say that you are the first and so far the only person who has ever been in a watch streak for 365 streams in a row. You are currently, okay. I will say this. You are currently the only one that has had that title. Granted, there could be lurkers out there that don't share their title either, so I don't know if someone else has a higher one than you, Tall. But right now, Tall is the holder of the longest watch streak ever. And you know what? I think what I'm going to do, because I have to do something for that, chat. There's no way that I can't reward that in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Wow, way to diminish my achievement. No, I'm not diminishing your achievement. I'm saying I'm absolutely floored, and that is absolutely insane. Like, that's a huge round of applause. But before I click that button, I just want to say, boo, get a license, Tie-Dye. Good to see you, Tie-Dye. How are you doing today? I would like to somehow, some shape or form, be able to reward chat for that. And, well, of course, Tall. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, for right now, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is have like a little spoke or a little banner thing in my About Me page where it says highest watch streak. Now, I know that's not a lot, but that is there. So for those that do want to do the watch streaks and want to keep that going, I will have like an all-time high record, or like maybe I do the top 10, top 5 watch streakers. And of course, right now, Tall would be at the top, followed by Jametal. As of right now, I believe Jamie is the second most. Now, once again, I don't know if there's anybody else. Hawk with the raid, let's go! Clipsa says special badge. Unfortunately, there is no special badge for that. Welcome on in, Hunk Raiders. I hope you're all having a honkin' shiny, fantastic day. What's crack-a-lackin'? The gaggle invades Hunk Raid. You've been honked. Honk, honk. All right, first things first, we got to do a round of applause to Tall for the 365 streams in a row. Thank you so much, Tall. I really do appreciate you. And of course, Honk, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that as well. Huge round of applause. That is absolutely insane. And without a doubt, it's crazy to see that. And thank you, Tall. I really do appreciate you. Let's see here. Clipsa says, how's your day? My day is going absolutely amazing. We literally have an awesome day of playing with chat, surviving the trials of the fog, and just living and enjoying and having a great fun time. Of course, today is going to be a longer day. I'm not going to I'm not going to spoil how long we're going to be going for today. I'm just going to go for, I'm not even going to say anything. But since yesterday was a shorter stream, today will be a longer stream. That I can say. So I am buckled down. I am ready to go. That was me putting my seatbelt on if you didn't really quite get that. But I am ready to play, and I am stoked. I have such an awesome day to hang out with all of you, and I cannot wait. Jametal says, we try to avoid mean comments during VC and complications. Exactly. That is the main reason why I want to avoid that. Jamel says, long story short, Goldie, Stormy had a huge problem the other time when someone entered our voice chat for Swift and said a very inappropriate slang in his stream too. So he had to lock his VC now, only permitting certain people during his VC. Exactly. That's why I will never, ever, 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 ever do voice chat. So that's essentially, well, I mean, I guess you can never say never, but like it's a risky thing to do. And I don't ever really feel comfortable doing that as right now. But what's up? How's it going on? Oh, Calypso says, so sorry, Calypso. For those that are in the channel, there are a few words that are banned, and that's just famous viewers are two of the banned words because of bots that come into the channel and say, hey, buy followers, want to become famous, click this link. So I banned those words, so that means bots can't like do stuff like that. But Calypso says, how would one join the queue if one wants to swift with a famous Goldie? I would not say I'm famous, Calypso, but I appreciate the compliment. If you want to queue with me today, it is super simple, super easy. It is the same exact thing. All you have to do is type exclamation point and join in the chat, and then you will join the queue. And what I will do is I will have my game code up on screen as well when we switch over to that. So there will be that. It'll be great and super fun. Hawk says 27 hours? I don't know where you came up with that number. But once again, Honk, thank you for the raid. By the way, if you have to do any after stream care, drink water, get some snacks, get some rest, by all means. I don't know what time it is where you're at, Honk, but do what you need to do, and we will be here whenever you decide to return, if you even want to return. I totally get if you don't want to. I mean, come on. Look at this face. Who wants to return to this thing? Tell us this, TY2I, I couldn't do it without all this. I couldn't do it without you all skipping streams. Tie-Dye says, congrats, amigo, at Tall, well-deserved. Jamel says, thanks, Goldie. I couldn't do it without the help of special someone from my life, and you, Goldie Pants. Absolutely, Jamie. Absolutely. TDM says, and now that's a lot of Gold Rush. It is a lot of Gold Rush. I do see your name with the golden heart. I'm going to try to pronounce the name. This is from Honk's Raid. So let me really quickly, I didn't forget about you. I need to see if I can say this. Myken True. Is that it, Myken? Myken True. Myken, if I'm saying your name correctly, let me know. If I'm also saying your name incorrectly, tell me I'm an idiot. And if you could spell it out phonetically, that'd be super awesome. I'm going to say Myken for right now because I think that's how it's pronounced. But Myken, welcome on into the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic, shiny day. Question for you. Who's your favorite killer? Who's your least favorite killer? Ask it to everybody. Now I'm asking you. Hi, hello. Tall says, chat, you don't want to hear the things I say when I see a ghoul. Jamel says, I'm curious how Tall sounds, though. Honk says, collabing with Gold. Wait, did you? Yeah, scratching that off on a pad of paper. All right, so here's the thing. Doing a collab is never off on the table. It just, when it comes to collabing, it's weird. I would definitely want to get to know the person before I ever do a collab. I don't collab often, but it's never off the table. So never say never once again to that, Honk. Clipsa says, oh, LOL. TDM says, hey, Gold, are you excited for the new Friday the 13th game? Okay, so I saw about the Friday the 13th. It's cool. Yes, it's awesome. I love Jason. I'm happy that Friday the 13th is coming back with full force. Yes. But does that mean that just pushes Jason back from Dead by Daylight? Probably. So that's why I don't want it to happen, because I want Jason in Dead by Daylight. But with the new game coming out, that's 100% probably not going to happen. So it just... It's awesome. Will I play it? Yes, 100%. But am I going to be sad because I know for a fact that that is going to push Jason back? Yes, absolutely. Do I want it? I want Jason in Dead by Daylight, chat. Okay? I've been asking this for a while. That's okay. Because I would rather have Jaws in Dead by Daylight right now than Jason. We've talked about this countless times. There's been storms. There has been people out there doing work to create a Jaws model. I saw another video on it. They also went into depth on like different things that they could do for Jaws. So I'm so stoked. I literally bought a t-shirt. I bought the poster, which I'm going to put on my wall somewhere when I get it. August 14th is when I get my poster, and then Tuesday is when I get my shirt. There needs to be Jaws in Dead by Daylight, and I am so freaking excited that hopefully one day that will happen. Once again, the person that did the modeling and did a prototype of Jaws looks phenomenal. Mathieu Cote, I believe that's how you pronounce the last name, talked about it with DeadMeat and also one of the killer designers, Jason. It's not Gonzo. They talked about it. It was Italian. I forgot how it was pronounced, but Gozz.
Poster in your computer room above the Freddy hands.
So okay, yes, I was thinking about that, putting the poster right there. It is a pretty big poster. I think it's like 16 inches by 32, or 24 by 32 or 35. I don't know. So it's going to be a big poster. I think I'm going to put the poster over here just so you can see it a little bit more and see it consistent, because when we do this, it gets blocked. Now, of course, the only time is when you're in the game, you'll see it more. But that's at a tiny screen compared to like this one. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to move Ghostface. I'm probably going to move that, and I'll probably put Jaws right there. By the way, chat, if you have not added me, here's my game code so you can add me in and play with me today. But when it comes to Jaws, I just... Mathieu Cote and Jason... Fuck, I literally, when I was eating breakfast, I said his name, and I was like, okay, I know that's the Italian version, but it's Gonza. I'm sorry, Jason, if you ever see this, but no, they talked about it. And once again, we'd known this in the past because I went to TwitchCon last year. I talked with Eric Pope, who said that they've thought about the idea. They've talked about it. And that was also reconfirmed when DeadMeat did an interview with Mathieu and Jason, a killer designer. They said that there's possibilities. They've talked about it. So it's circling around. So all we need to do is show that the community wants Dead by Daylight to have Jaws, and it's a signed deal. They just would eventually have to figure out how to do it. So I really 100% passionate about Jaws. Absolutely love Jaws. And Jaws is, without a doubt, my dream chapter to be released into Dead by Daylight. Dream killer, without a doubt. You know how I always say that I don't have a main and I don't have a favorite? Oh, fuck. If you were to add Jaws, 100%, that would be Jaws would be my main, Jaws would be my favorite, through and through. Granted, of course, that's not going to be my change. I'm definitely going to play other killers as well, where I play a killer and then I switch, but I can officially say at that point that I have a main and I have a favorite. But, anyway, sorry, that was a huge rant, and I just, once again, Dead by Daylight's awesome, and I watched the video that, ATM posted in the Discord, which essentially was the DeadMeat interviewing Jason and Mathieu. And it goes into whole craziness of, like, I never even thought about how hard it is to get a license or, like, different things of what they could do, right? So, for instance, one of the thoughts that was in Dead by Daylight... Oh, by the way, I didn't say this. Thank you, Jamie, for the beanies. I appreciate that. I'm so out of it right now. I never even thought about the fact that for license, for instance, having Chucky chase Ash Williams, like, that's something that they brought up. Like, is that okay for, like, the license of, or the owner of having Chucky versing a different, chasing after someone, or like Laurie Strode's, exactly. So, like, I don't know, it's just super cool to think about, and like that blew my mind. I never even thought about, like, the difficulties of, like, conflicting, like, licensing going back and forth. So anyways, I apologize. I went into a rant. I'm sure you don't really want to hear me keep rattling on, but I am super stoked to play some Dead by Daylight with all of you. Ari says, I missed that handsome mug already. Hi, Ari. How are you doing? I hope you're having a shiny day. I did not miss your message. I did see it. I just could not get to it because of the rambling I've been on. So there is that. TDM. Oh. And TDM, to answer your question, yes, I'm excited. I'm happy for the people that are behind the game. It was always a cool game. People always loved it. And I'm happy for the people that are getting the opportunity to play Jason again in Friday the 13th for its comeback. Am I sad? Yes. But, I mean, that is what it is. It's okay. I'll live. Tell says, I always sound bored. Tall doesn't always sound bored. Calypso says, "Aw, stop it. You got a pretty face." Aw, shucks, Calypso. Tall says, "Gold is saying collab. We are from a different world." Honk says, "Tell me I'm not... Wait. Tell me it's not by gun." Wait, what do you mean not by gun? Tie-dye joining the queue. Let's go. By the way, chat, our queue's looking kind of empty, but also it looks like it's kind of filling up there, so there is that. Jamil says, "Goldie, let's be honest, Jason would be a skin for Trapper." I hope not. I really hope not. They talked about Jason, too. Like, they talked about Jason and It. So that was brought up in the video, where it's like, hey, the door's always open. If they ever want a chance to come in, then yes, they will. So, yeah, there's a chance that Jason and It, the clown It, can join. They even talked about adding Stephen King as a killer or a survivor. I think they were more on the lines of, like, having Stephen King himself be the killer or a killer. I don't know. So is that... you're talking about the gun as in like the makers of Texas Chainsaw Massacre for Friday the 13th. I'm kind of catching up on that. That's what Honk said. Is he land sharky like Jeff or no? Jaws would not be land sharky. It would be more along the lines. Well, to go into the aspect really quickly, I don't want to dive too deep in. I already did, but I don't want to keep going into the aspect of like talking about Jaws. I would love to, but I would also want to keep progressing forward. They would essentially have Jaws be an actual, like, great white shark in the water, Jaws, Bruce, and there would just be, like, a puddle of water. So if you were to imagine Jeff, the land shark, but when he's swimming around where he's underneath the water where there's a puddle around him, it'd be probably something similar to that. At least that's what the concept has been so far for what people, the one person created. I forgot the person Redditor's name, but they did another concept part. Okay, moving on. So I'm super excited to have the poster and then the shirt that's coming in too. It's the 50th anniversary shirt, so it's pretty neat. It's also a movie, the actual release movie poster, licensed. So pretty stoked about that. TDM says Jaws would be awesome. I saw the vid. Yes, I saw the video too. It's super stoked. I would absolutely love to have Jaws into Dead by Daylight. So without a doubt, it'd be so cool. TDM says the only thing would be how they would do the camera on the shark. Yeah, well, I mean, okay, we're getting it. If we're doing this now, chat, we're talking about Jaws. Okay, so if they were to add a camera angle in for Jaws, I would essentially imagine they would not do it in the mouth. They could do it in the mouth. Well, hang on. Rewind. The camera angle would not be in the mouth. Because, well, I don't think the camera angle would be in the mouth, okay? Chat, we're ignoring what I just said, okay? We're going back. You didn't hear nothing, okay? We're talking about the camera angle. The camera angle I don't think would be located in the mouth because it would be... Shut up, chat! Alright, listen. Good to see you, Finn. How are you doing? I think they would have the camera angle third person like Chucky. And the reason why I think that's the case is because of the fact that Jaws is more of a beast, of a shark. And plus, you'd be able to see the shark more. Yes, they could do the camera angle in the mouth. Located in the mouth. I gotta be careful with my words around you, chat. Located in the mouth because, of course, it'd be a cool angle having like the teeth and whatnot. But... How else would you carry a survivor, right? So I would assume what they would do is they'd have the third person Chucky point of view, like what was brought up. I forgot. I saw someone take that out. Yeah, TDM says third person would be the cat face. My guess is they would do third person. So just because of the Chucky and it makes sense. There's another instance for Dracula. Dracula's wolf form is in third person, and that looks and feels pretty good too. So I can imagine that being the case. Man, what a time. What a time. Jono says, guess who finally P100 Nia? Nice. Congratulations, Jamie. My first P100 ever. Really? I could have sworn you would have had more P100s, but congratulations. Hawk says, Friday the 13th, not by gun, please. I don't know who makes it, Honk. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is the same person. I think it is Gun, but I could be wrong. I don't know. How are you doing, Finn? Ari says, I want to see Art the Clown in DBD. I did not hear anything about that, but You know, I wouldn't be shocked if that's the case. They probably will eventually have Art the Clown in Dead by Daylight chat. Like, that's going to happen. Clipsa says, how would that work, though, having Jaws as the killer? Essentially, Jaws would be in the water. There is a Reddit video out there where there's a person that created a concept where they have the shark model in the water where they're kind of, like, out of the water a little bit, but there's, like, a puddle forming around them, so they're underwater. So I don't know how they would work to get that into Dead by Daylight, but I'm almost certain there would be a possibility for it. Okay. Let's see here. Tal says, I bet DVD would take any license they can, just basically more money / exposure. Well, I don't think about that. There are some licenses out there, Tal, that I personally wouldn't want in Dead by Daylight. I won't get into them, but I don't think Dead by Daylight will also get into it too, or use those. But once again, I'm not getting into that. Tie-Dye says Jaws for 10th year anniversary, 2026. So I don't want it to be that far away. Tie-Dye, and I don't think they would. I think if Dead by Daylight were to do a Jaws release, I think right now is the time, right? Jaws is having its, had or is going to be having, I think it already had its 50th anniversary, but there's going to be a lot of movies coming out in August. I know a movie theater near me will have Jaws, or like other places will have Jaws. What the fuck is that, Honk? Bro. Bro, that is wild. Okay, anyways. If they were to do Jaws, by the way, Hype Train incoming, thank you. If they were going to have a Jaws release, now's the time. They have the 50th anniversary for Jaws. Movie theaters are going to be having Jaws in the theater on screen, so there's that. Thanks, drew it myself. Wild. But, so it's always a possibility, and I think now's the time to do it. Tal says, why does he keep saying in the mouth? Calypso says, there's a video of Jaws being a killer. Yes. So here, well, Calypso, it's a concept art. So someone out there on Reddit created a concept, created a model of Jaws, and they like had animations of like the hooking animation, the locker animation, breaking pallets. They also talked about different complaints, or not complaints, but different things that come up with Jaws, like going upstairs. They talk about how they could just go up the stairs normally or whatnot, or having water flowing. They talked about jumping off ledges to like from different heights. One of the things for that was, let me think here. I'm trying to. They talked about it being just a portal in vaulting over stuff, where the shark goes underwater and then a puddle appears on the other side and they resurface. So there's those possibilities. So all of that. Life, what's up? How's it going? Life of Smiles says Jaws chapter. Yeah, Life of Smiles, we're talking about Jaws chapter right now. So hopefully there is a possibility that we can get a Jaws chapter in DVD. Behaviors talked about it. They have not confirmed anything, but they've talked about it. So the more we talk about it, the more they're going to talk about it. They're going to like, you know what? That's actually a pretty damn good idea. I think we're going to go for that. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is that I would absolutely love Jaws in DVD. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to post this, us talking, this conversation onto YouTube, and just put like a quick little thumbnail together about this and Jaws. I mean, that'd be so freaking sick. And the passions that's there. I love Jaws. Jaws is, once again, holds a special place in my heart. Favorite movie of all time. I could say confidently favorite movie. There are other movies that are up there, but Jaws, without a doubt, favorite movie all time. So, definitely a dream chapter to see in Dead by Daylight. So, I'm going to mark this. I'm going to actually use this in a YouTube video. So, there's that. And I think we can officially move on and move forward, and we can start playing some Dead by Daylight. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I just wanted to talk about that. So, I hope you all enjoyed that too. So, I am super, super excited. You mean...